Cables. 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 Tune in to see how I'm going to solve this ridiculous cable issue on every car in my car collection. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures, and I have quite the car collection. I like to call it the poor man's Jay Leno's garage. It could be anything from a 1948 Crosley to a 1991 Land Rover Defender 200 TDI, a ton of other Land Rovers, a W123, a W124 Mercedes, a 91 G1, a 91 G20 conversion van, an 87 Blazer, a 2003 Silverado, a 2012 Fiat, the list goes on and on and on. But what is the one thing that really bothers me? I was talking to some folks at Cars and Coffee the other week, and they said, Jason, with all these different cars, I know that you have the heads-up displays in them for Android Auto, but what's one thing that kind of bothers you with all the cars? And I said, well, frankly, it's not the car, the mechanics, it's the cables and the mess, because we all or driving around with our cell phone, or you're driving around with kids in the back, and it's going to either be a USB-C for an Android or the iPhone charger. So you're going to have chargers, and you're not going to take the cable out. And you go to a car show and you park, and what do you have? You have a cable running from the USB port. Or if it's an aftermarket radio that you installed, it's right in the front and it's hanging around, and you might unplug it and tuck it away, or you may not. But it doesn't really fold up, it doesn't tuck away, and quite frankly, it looks annoying. I'm going to solve for this. And the way I'm going to solve for this is with a magnetic charging data cable from Magtame. These folks reached out to me and said, hey, Jason, we've seen a lot of your videos, and you've casually complained about your cable management, and we have some magnetic charging data cables that we want to send you. So why do these cables matter? Because they're magnetic. They're going to wind up. And when they wind up, they're not going to look unsightly. I can place it in the carrier. I can place it in the cup holder. And it's still plugged in, and it's ready for me to go when I need it. There's also another really cool feature that I like, and it's a magnetic adapter. So if you're driving, you don't have to fumble to plug your phone in. It can just instantly magnetically connect. Enough of me yapping. Let's take a peek at this and see how it looks. Okay, so I'm in my 2023 Ford Maverick, and it has Android Auto. It does not have wireless Android Auto, meaning I'm going to have to plug it in. I'm probably going to solve for that with a device at some point, but regardless, I always want to make sure I'm charging my phone and it gets a good charge. The Ford Maverick has plenty of charging ports, but the primary one is this guy. And this cable just kind of sits right here, or I throw it down there, and then somebody gets in the car and I get all annoyed because they step on it, or I have it laying back here and somebody gets in and they seatbelt strap it in, and I'm yanking, I'm like, God, just give me the cable. And then I'm also kind of fumbling when I'm driving, if I don't have it plugged in, to plug it in, and I get it plugged in. Well, in any event, I would love to be able to have a nice clean cable that I could just sit right here, or maybe tuck in the little holder right here, and that's where absolutely these Magtame magnetic charging data cables are going to come into play. Let's unpackage it, take a peek at it, and I'll show you the extra little adapter I got, which is going to make this even cooler. So these cables, I've never heard of them ever, but they're portable, they have magnetic self-winding, and it provides some neat and tidy areas to fold it up. They have an A Lightning, an A-C, a USB-C cord. They have ones with adapters, so they make these pretty much for any device, specifically the iPhone or the Android, which Android is USB-C. These are made in China. They are very affordable, and you can buy them through their website or through any other retailer that you have. These folks were at CES in Vegas, Consumer Electronics Show, talking about them. So the first thing you're going to notice, this cable, it is tidy, but this cable isn't this short. In fact, this is a 3-foot long cable. But you can see the magic right here that's happening, how it just nicely tucks back together. So if you compare that to my other cable, I can wind it up, and that's what happens, all right? It doesn't stay tidy. So even if you wind it up to put it somewhere, you have to cross it over like that, and it still wants to come undone. So the tidiness is what I'm looking for. Again, it's open, and then very easily it will just go right back how it was. So I have this 3-foot one, but I also went ahead and had them send me a flat version of it, which is pretty darn cool. I actually think I like the flat one even more. The flat one winds up so easy as well, but I just think it looks a lot cooler in terms of how it is. It keeps getting magnetic to my clipboard here. Thus why it keeps pulling over. So you can see the two you have. For demonstration purposes, we are going to use the flat cable because I think it looks a little bit cooler for my car. But on top of that, this thing, they said, hey, we'll give you this magnetic adapter. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, whatever, please. Thank you. And I get it. I'm like, oh, wow, look. That's super cute. But this is why it's super cool, okay? Check this out. You plug this bad boy into the cable. You plug this end into your phone. And then when you want to charge your phone, you just get your phone close. Boom! And it will start charging. So there's absolutely no need to plug it in. So you can just get your phone close and it will very quickly go right in. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to put this bad boy on my phone. So this is the newer Pixel 8. It also fits on my case. I'm just taking it out of my case so you can really see it. And it would just slide right into the bottom there. So you can't really see that it adds a whole lot. This would be really handy for a laptop or a Surface or anything like that. And then you have your little cable there, and like, oh, I could use a charge. Let me plug it in. Bam. And then it will start charging. Very, very, very cool. Again, this is what I was working with before. This is what you're working with too, probably. It works. You got your cable. Let's roll our cable up and make it really nice. There we go. Let me lay it here. Bam. It's like an explosion happens of USB-C cable. But let's go ahead and unravel this guy. Oh, let's go ahead and put it back how it was. And it stays nice and put. So the adapter is pretty darn cool. And then bam, Android Auto comes back because it's plugged up, it's charging, and all that good stuff. But as I mentioned, I really was looking for better cable management so everything isn't just thrown like that. So I have the cable plugged in. I'm going to a car show. I'm going to Cars and Coffee. I'm vacuuming in my car. 2 seconds. It self-rewinds just like that. And then I can just very nicely set it right in there. So instead of having my old cable that was plugged in here and I'm kind of just shoving it in or moving it, I have a really clean cable down there. Then I can take it out. Boom. I can plug it into my laptop. I can plug it into my phone, whatever I'm using right here next to me in the auto desk. So that is the Magtame cable. I'm a big fan of this cable. One, it feels really nice. It doesn't feel all junky and like it's in a bus. Two, it's pretty darn easy to get this bad boy organized. You just kind of help it going a little bit here. And then you can wind it all the way up. So you just kind of get it going a little bit and you know, no time at all, you have a really clean cable. I'm a big fan of this guy. Better than that guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these Magtames in most of my cars. I'm hoping I can get some more of them because they work good. So kind of an oddball thing to think about, but cable management is something we all have to deal with in our cars and ultimately with our phones. Consider getting these, the Magtame Magnetic data cables, a link in the description below, and I'll try to get you a discount code too. Hope this was helpful, and keep cruising, enjoy your cars, and don't stress out about the cables. Maybe it was a problem you never knew you had, but now you know it's a problem and you got a solution. Have a great day.